Awesome. Well, Eric, we've been neighbors and friends for 20 years. Our kids went to Abernathy Elementary and then Cleveland High School, and here we are in your building. You run Metropolitan Group, and yeah. So I just would love to hear you built this and moved in like right when the pandemic first hit, and so 4 years later. Would love to hear from you of just like you're continue to lean in and believe in Portland when it seems like so many others are going the other way. So just, what's the personal thing of like why you keep showing up?
Well, first of all, I love Portland and I love downtown Portland. I actually moved here when I was in middle school, and to get any place on the transit system, then you basically take the bus from where you were living downtown and transfer to a bus to go someplace else. And like in middle school, I was like, downtown's cool. I would come downtown just to like buy some flowers from the flower stand on the street and bring it home for my mom, kind of thing. I still remember, this doesn't exist anymore, but when my grandmother would come visit, there was a restaurant up on like the top of Meyer and Frank, and like the only people there were old ladies, and sometimes they'd bring their grandkids, right? And it was like stepping back. So I loved Portland from the time I was a kid. And Portland was one of those places that, through a combination of a bad economy in the 50s and 60s, and then also some visionary leaders, like we kept our cast iron facade buildings, we kept our terracotta tile buildings. Before historic preservation was cool, we had a historic infrastructure that was still here that got repurposed and reused into multi-purpose and amazing buildings.
Yeah.
The transit mall, when it came in, it created a sense of access to downtown and made it a place that was great for pedestrians and people. The 1% for art that put incredible street art all throughout downtown Portland, and you've got big ugly concrete parking garages with cool fish sculptures on them, etc. So there's a lot I love about downtown, and it's been hit really, really hard.
Yeah.
But it is it's the economic epicenter of our city. As citizens, as a community, if we look at the portion of tax base that pays for parks, schools, environment, healthcare, all the things we care about, a huge portion of that in the region, in the metro region and in the state, comes from downtown property taxes.
Yeah.
We need this economic driver. When you have a city that has a couple 100,000 people all coming together and working in one place and passing each other on the street, it's got a vibrancy. And that is what we had, and it's gone away. But the only way it's to come back is folks actually being here and showing up. So, I believe that Portland is a city full of really innovative people. It's a city full of entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs. There's a bunch of companies that are headquartered here that are leading edge companies in environmental design, in social change design, in using digital for good. Some of the best architecture firms in the world are here. We're a creative place. And I feel like to some degree we've allowed ourselves to lose our mojo of like not being particularly creative at saying we can solve this and make it vibrant. And I think we can. And the only way this can happen is people leaning in.
So quick hit, favorite place to go to in close in Portland?
Close in Portland. So I gotta say, I love going on a morning jog along the Esplanade, across the Steel Bridge, along Waterfront Park. That loop where you get like the center of the city is just amazing. For sure. And then I gotta say, I also just love wandering and popping into little shops on Hawthorne. I love Providore. I still miss being able to go in and buy some anchovies and some good cheese at Costa Works, etc. But all the cool little shops on Hawthorne.